New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
A viral moment. We talked about Black women and boundaries, and you said we were out of order.
We're still out of order. I think now because we get paid to be out of order now.
Okay.
Some of the images that we allowed to be portrayed of us, some of the ways that we behave and treat each other publicly.
Christine and Dick, this is a shocking one, and police have not made any arrests in this case where a mom was lured to a spot on this street and then killed.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all killed my baby.
The victim's mother, Delia Berry, has not seen this shocking video of this blonde suspect who exits a double-parked white sedan and appears both casual and determined as she walks up to her unsuspecting victim, Delia Johnson, and raises her. We stopped the video here just before the 42-year-old was executed.
I never dreamed of losing any of my children to this kind of violence.
She says the daughter she named after herself had no enemies that her family knew of.
Her community loved her, and that's real. Delia didn't care if you was down on your luck and was hungry. She would feed you.
Here is the victim's youngest sister.
She would give you the clothes right off her back, right there and then, no matter where you was. If you needed something, she would give it to you. Messenger did not deserve that.
Family members say Johnson was lured to the spot where she died on Franklin Avenue at Prospect Place around 9:45 Wednesday night. The apparent setup and ambush was a few blocks away from her home in this apartment building. Johnson had been at a funeral earlier in the day, and witnesses say also at that funeral was the woman who killed her. A vigil will be held Friday night after Johnson's daughter arrives in Brooklyn from Baltimore.
I have a 17-year-old granddaughter. Her mother not here. My granddaughter signed up for the Air Force. So when she finishes school next year, that's where she's going. She's going to be somebody.
Two messages for the community from this grieving family. First, find the woman who killed Johnson. And second,
stop the violence because it's too much.
All right, so I'm just gonna be honest here. I really don't want to see any type of deflection. I really don't. I pretty much will expect it, because when I brought up the video about the baby, I started seeing deflection in the comment section, talking about, well, he did this as a black man, and he did this and he did that. I'm like, okay, I get it. So you're saying like whatever basically took place is justification for at this moment in time. All right, no problem. Gotcha. So here we have a black woman deciding that she wanted to walk up and take the life of another black woman, clearly for no reason. Will I happen to get that same energy here? Will there be a conversation that will be had about the violence that black women will do to other black women, about the hatred that other black women have towards other black women, about the negative treatment that other black women give to other black? Will that even be a conversation? Will that even really be had, or will that be deflected away and be made to seem as though, oh, this is a black man's fault? This is a black man's fault. No, like I said before, there's a such thing as toxic masculinity. There's a such thing as toxic femininity, and that's what this looks like at this point in time right here. You have a black woman minding her own business. She just got through coming from a funeral with a whole bunch of old friends, mourning the loss of a friend or a loved one, minding her own business. And then you have this woman who was at the exact same funeral deciding, oh, we had some problems or whatnot or whatever from the past or all this other stuff. Oh, I'm going to handle this right now. Since I already saw you, it's on site. And that's what she decided to do. She came up to an area where everybody was just chill, everybody was just probably talking and reminiscing about old times, and she decided to come calmly directly out of her car and use whatever weapon that she had and take the life of this young black woman. And then she proceeded to nicely and slowly get right back into her car and drive off. And then magically, nobody knows exactly who this woman is. That's crazy. A black man didn't force her to do that. A black man didn't tell her to sit up there and do that. A black man didn't threaten her to sit up there and take the life of another black woman. This is a black woman who literally did this live. 4K. You can clearly see what took place. You can clearly see what took place. And she lost her life for what? For what? Like I said, y'all can talk about all the things like, yeah, black men, they do this every single day. They do that. But what about the stuff that black women do to other black women on an everyday basis? What about that? Because the most interesting thing is you can give all of the energy, you can make all of the talk to open your mouth and talk negatively about what it is that black men are doing. But I never see that same energy when it's black women doing this to their mothers, to their aunts, to their friends, to their sisters, to their best friends, to their daughters, like any like a relative, a friend, whoever, coworker. If there's another black woman, I promise you, it has taken place. There are stories out there. I just don't happen to sit up there and cover them, but I guess maybe I should. Because case in point, we got this going on. This is something that you would technically expect a man to do to another man. Like, oh, I had a disagreement. It's on site. Then we're going to sit up there and handle this. When I see you, I see you. That this is something that this is an action, right? That you would, in a sense, expect men to do. That's not what took place. That's not what took place. And the reason why these actions are taking place is because all the attention is being focused on what it is that men are doing and are not doing. And no attention is being placed on what women should be specifically doing and teaching to other young girls. This is what happens when you don't teach value, self love, and knowledge. This is what that looks like. This is what happens when you don't teach your daughters that. This is what happens when women don't pass this down from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman. Some people are going to say like, "Oh, but you can't sit up there and negate the fact that it took two to sit up there and make a person, and it takes two to sit up there and raise one, and it's and fathers are important." All of those are excuses. All of those are excuses because I'm going to sit up there and show you why. Because I was sit up there and raised without a father in my home, and guess what? I'm not out here trying to kill none of my brothers. I'm not trying to fight none of them. I'm not out here joining gangs. I'm not in and out of prison. I'm not out here selling drugs to my community. So like I said, everybody has a choice at the end of the day. You can sit up there and say like, "Oh, but I ain't have a father." I get that. I get that. I was there. And I made it through all my years without that. And I didn't sit up there and start doing nonsense like this to my own community. I didn't do it. So like I said, we can just get that whole excuse directly out of here. Because I'm about people being responsible for their actions. It's about the cause and effect. The cause, we don't even know. We don't even know why it is that this black woman took this other black woman's life. But the effect that we do know is that you got a mother crying on television because her daughter is gone. She's never going to see her ever again. The effect, you got a 17-year-old girl who now doesn't even have her mother anymore. That one positive effect that she had is no longer there. The main light and energy that she had was taken away. Now it's getting dim. And now, because of what another black woman did, how do you think that she's going to perceive other black women? How do you think that she's going to decide to move through life as a young girl? Like I said, people don't understand what their actions specifically do to other individuals, how they can sit up there and change a person's viewpoint, how they can change their direction, all because of the negative energy that you decided to throw at one person. And you decided that you wanted to take their life. There was no reason at all, nothing that serious, that this woman had to have her life snuffed out. That's a shame. You took a mother away from a little girl that needed her the most. And do you think that other black women are going to be there to help raise that little girl, to instill value, to instill self-worth, to instill knowledge of self? No. No. Let's just be honest. They're not going to be there. The only people that are realistically going to care is going to be the family, the ones that are closest. The rest of the community is not going to care because everybody's in their own little bubble. Like I said before, this is ridiculous. But this is what happens when you want to put so much focus on what it is that black men are and aren't doing that you decide to let everything on your side of the field slide sideways. This is what happens when you don't want to listen to correction in things that should happen in order to prevent things like this from taking place. Because a lot of people out here think that, oh, if we just talk about the black man and all this other stuff, then the whole community is going to be fixed. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because black men can literally fix themselves overnight, and guess what? You're still going to be having another side that's still going to be in their feelings, that's still going to be jaded, that's still going to be broken, that's still not going to have the love and the value that they, in a sense, should have, that they should either be able to, one, find within themselves through the journey that they walked in life, or number two, something that should have been placed inside of them by way of female elders in the community. You're still going to have broken black women. You're still going to have black women that's going to feel like they're not valued and that they're not loved and different things like that. So like I said, at the end of the day, stop using the whole black men as an excuse, because you got a lot of black women out here that do just as much, if not more damage than black men. You can clearly see that at this moment in time. And if you don't decide to take corrective measures and actions, this is going to get far worse. So just like you saw this grown woman doing it, you're going to start to sit up there and see teenage girls doing the exact same thing to other teenage girls. It's only a matter of time. So like I said, it's your choice. Continue to try to talk about badmouth black men and try to put all the energy on that, or try to actually focus on yourselves and the women in your community and try to, fix a lot of that hurt and a lot of that pain and instill some type of value, respect, and dignity back into those valuable women. Choice is yours. Because I obviously can't sit up there and do it because I'm a man at the end of the day, and I'm the quote unquote enemy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.